Hi folks, Lee Gettess here with the market sense for the week of April 10th, 2018. The charts in this presentation are provided to us by Gettess and the Trade Navigator software, and it is the real-time graphics package I use all the time. Looking at a weekly bond market chart here, I've been saying the same thing for several weeks now. They came down and made this low, and they're just sort of grinding their way higher. Not terribly impressive, but they're not backing off either. Again, the target is the lows of this congestion area going back all through last year. That's probably where they're going to go to eventually, or trying to. At this point, they could possibly hold here. That's like 145.12 is the middle moving average. It's not critical that they do that. I mean, if they drop down to the lower moving average here around 144, that's really no big deal. They could just, drip off and take another leg up at some point. Obviously, they haven't made it to these lows yet, so you have to be concerned that they could just turn down and take out the lows and start another leg down. But at this point, they still look like they're showing fairly good momentum, and they're actually holding up pretty well given the volatility in stocks. There hasn't been any vicious flight to quality, but they haven't sold off either. Still looking at it, like to see them at least make new highs, take out last week's high somewhere over 147 this week. That would be good. But timing-wise, there is no necessity for them to continue up this week per se. I just think the general move still at this point looks like they're trying to move higher. Stocks aren't really trying to do anything. Well, of course they are. It's just it doesn't look like it yet. After the big move down in February, we've got 2 weeks that have created essentially the range for the whole year just about. And as much volatility as we've had since then, this has all just remained inside of those 2 weeks. Now for this week, we were kind of looking at support possibly in the 25.75 area here, which they have stayed above so far. There was an outside chance they could hold resistance around 26.30, but that wasn't really likely. The best resistance is probably up here over 2700, just marginally above 2700. The big issue here is this. When they make a spike low like this, it's very common for the market to go back and test that low. Now, this is a good 18, 19 points above that low, and if that's a test, I mean, if that's it, if that's as close as they can come to testing this, then the upside potential is pretty substantial. I'm not willing to make the conclusion that that is the test, though, because they could still turn down from here. But at this point, again, all of the last couple months here are just inside of those 2 weeks there, and this week so far is inside of last week. So it's hard to form any firm conclusion about direction based on that. But again, for this week, 25.75 down here in support and just above 2700 for resistance. Breaking either one of those might be significant, although breaking the support might only mean they're going down to test the lows again. So that's what we've got for you today. Hope you can find something profitable to get yourself